01. Will Smith's best friend, brother Bilal, is exposing everything that Will allegedly forced backer Gay to do. And allegedly, Will and Diddy are the reason Bryshere Gay turned into a gay adult entertainer. Yes, you heard that right. Bryce Gray, star of Empire, is now working as an adult entertainer, selling videos of himself sleeping with men.
An interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera's penis, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his butt. Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you.
That was a global interview.
Yes, it went all over the world.
It was in Arabic, I saw it.
Yeah, it's India, everywhere. I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some pretty, what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar. Kenneth B. Hertz, because he said I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name, but he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada,
okay,
right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing, right? And there was another interview with TMZ just after that where one of the cameramen asked Jada, hey, Jada, have you seen Will with any men before? And her answer was no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera's penis, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his butt. After that, they reached out to me through many people, one being Charles Austin, aka Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly, it was Will and Charlie together.
Right now, Bilal is engaged in a legal battle with Jada. Last year, around the same time that Diddy was being arrested, Bilal came out and told everyone that Diddy and Will were connected, and that he was going to release footage showing that Will is secretly gay. Bilal isn't just Will's best friend, he was also his former assistant. He said he saw things involving Will and another man, Dwayne Martin. He described walking in on the two of them in an intimate moment.
And then I saw sexual
that this was a lie, and Will also denied the allegations. This was the first time that Will had spoken out about Diddy, and you could tell that Will was worried.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. take off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not funny. but I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but you know that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Will was putting out statements, but Jada was actually issuing threats and going on interviews, telling everyone that they were going to sue Bilal. Now, there's a reason why Will never threatened to sue Bilal, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But first, you need to understand that despite threatening Bilal with cease and desist letters and telling everyone that Will was going to sue him, none of that ever happened. So why did Jada and Will never sue Bilal? Well, that's because if they actually took this case to court, they would have to prove that Bilal was lying. And here's the thing, Bilal isn't just bringing gossip to the table. He has more than just a story of Will Smith acting gay. This is where Bryce Gray walks into the story. You see, Bilal isn't the type of person you can just threaten and walk away from. Bilal waited for almost a year for Jada's lawsuit to drop, and when he realized that Jada wasn't going to do anything, he decided to take the matter into his own hands. He started exposing even more of Will's stories. Allegedly, Will had hired Bilal to take care of Backer Gray and had left him in charge. While Bilal was with Bryshere, he found out something that no one expected.
Right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on, right? So I'm like, I pull him to the side, right? And I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my hug and I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come. Is this true? Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved. Let me get to the paperwork. So at this point, I'm crying because I feel his pain. Like I could kind of tell when somebody phony and all, but it was the pain where the snot was coming out his nose. His nose was bleeding. He in the corner screaming, balled up, right? Like I could feel his pain, like he had been raped, like he had been forced to do something. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, well, listen, let me find out what's going on. He said, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Right? So I'm like, Yaz, I'm like, yo, just relax. I said, everything gonna be okay, you know? And he was like, no, they gonna get me if I say something. They gonna get me if I, like he's spazzing.
And here's the thing, it wasn't just Backer saying that it happened. Will actually confided in Bilal and confessed that Bryce was telling the truth. According to Will, the way it happened was that they had actually been involved in a consensual sexual relationship. But at one point, Bryce had asked Will to stop, and Will ignored him and took advantage of him. Will knew that this was wrong, and now he was worried.
Like, is this guy crazy or what's happening? So I end up telling Charlie Mack, and he said, I'm on my way out there. And then he said, hold on, Will wants to talk to you. So I said, okay, no problem. So now he said Will wanted to talk to him once Charlie Mack got out there. So he wouldn't talk to me when I was on my phone. So whenever I talked to Will about sensitive topics, Charlie would meet up with me, call Will, whatever number he called, then put me on the phone on Charlie's phone, not from my phone, right? So Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now, Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person says stop, that means stop. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith sexually assaulted Bryshere Gray. Period.
I was not expecting any of this.
I know you.
The rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with?
Diddy.
I know, right? Hold on. So apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to interview on my platform and I said no, but he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin.
Oh yeah.
I know. I know nothing about this. This is crazy.
I mean, well, you should interview Tisha
Campbell, who was married to Dwayne Smith. That'd be an interesting interview.
Wouldn't it?
It would. You know her?
I do.
All right, let's make some phone calls.
I don't know. But I mean, and then there's, what would be said and what wouldn't be said. But, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will.
Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued. But I've heard some rumors.
What made all of this even worse for Will was probably the fact that he had actually announced publicly a few months before this that he was going to personally mentor Bryce. Believe it or not, this is the exact same thing that Diddy did with Justin. Diddy announced that he was going to mentor him and then abused him. Hollywood has a serious problem with mentors taking advantage of young actors.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like, I'm listening from the greatest.
And just like Justin's parents, Bryce's parents also knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes. They knew what Will was doing to their son, and that he was actually inviting Diddy to take advantage of him too. Bryce's mom knew, but she ignored it. Jaguar Wright claims that she talked to Bryce's mom about all of this, but she didn't care as long as she was making money.
I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style, bitch. Fuck you. And Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. Fuck you! You fucking CI bitch! I'm sorry. That bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the fuck away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore.